So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are staying safe. So guys, Mikey Garcia has said that Manny Pacquiao is looking for easy fights. Mikey Garcia is basically saying that he feels Manny Pacquiao is looking for fights which are going to be easy for him. He's not looking for tough fights. I'm quite surprised Mikey Garcia said that. Because personally, I don't think Mikey Garcia would be that tough a fight. Now, I don't know what he means by tough fights. Does he mean that he doesn't want to fight proven fighters anymore? He wants to fight Conor McGregor and easy money fights where, you know, he can have big paydays with very low risk. Now, for me, Mikey Garcia would be considered a low risk to fighting guys like Spence or Crawford. I don't think Mikey Garcia is in those guys' league in the welterweight division. And I don't think Manny Pacquiao would... I think Manny Pacquiao beats Mikey Garcia quite comfortably. But I see where Mikey Garcia is coming from. I think Mikey Garcia is basically saying that he doesn't think Manny Pacquiao wants to fight any live dogs anymore, or any live threats. I disagree, because we know that he's in talks with Crawford, but he does want a lot of money for it, and I don't know whether that money is there for him at the minute. But what I will say is all these guys are chasing Manny Pacquiao. It's funny that a 42-year-old still has so much command and so much power that all these guys want to fight him still. Let's be honest, they're all running after him. I know Spence said that he's no longer running after him, he was just after the belt. I disagree. I feel if Manny Pacquiao comes to the table, I'm pretty sure Spence would be biting his hand off for that particular fight. I just think all of these guys need to get on with their own career. I think if Mikey Garcia did say fair play to him. He did say, if Manny Pacquiao's not there, then I'll fight Danny Garcia or I'll fight all the other top guys. Errol Spence has already fought in Crawford. Keith Thurman, Mikey Garcia did say he would be interested in those fights. I do think Mikey Garcia's got to move on with his own career rather than focusing on a Manny Pacquiao fight. Manny Pacquiao, I do think he's looking for big paydays. I don't think personally he's going to get the Crawford fight, just because I think there's not enough money for him for that fight. And I think the fight is too risky for Manny, because I think Manny Pacquiao wants to fight a few more fights. And Manny Pacquiao knows if he was to lose badly against someone, then there'll be a lot of calls for him to retire. And if he does continue, it'd be kind of like, it won't be the same. And also the interest of the public, if you lose badly, diminishes in you, because people will just be like, he's washed up. So Manny Pacquiao still wants the hype train to continue. He knows a loss against someone like Terence Crawford could be damaging, you know, to him fighting on, because it hits your interest, and your popularity is affected. Although Manny Pacquiao is kind of like a made fighter now, so it's not going to affect his popularity. He's not like a fighter, you know, progressing through the ranks. He's achieved it all. He's just fighting on. He's fighting on, and he's just trying to do even more greater things than he's already done. But I do think the Crawford fight, I don't see it happening. I just don't think the money's there right now, unless, like I said, unless the fight happens in the Middle East, which is a possibility, and a rich investor comes up with the money, then it's possible. Otherwise, I don't see it. I personally think in the Middle East, I don't think the Crawford fight is going to be a fight that really appeals them. But then I've heard that Frampton and Herring is going to Saudi Arabia, or going to the Middle East. So if that's going to the Middle East, then Pacquiao and Crawford's a way bigger fight than that. So I think with the current situation, I think everybody's struggling, because who's going to raise the money? I think unless you're like, it's a mega super fight, without crowds, people are going to struggle. Let's be honest, without a crowd, you're going to struggle, man. You're going to struggle to get these big fights on, because remember, the crowd brings in a lot of revenue. The gate brings in a lot of revenue, man. And you take the gate away, who's going to be putting that money up? It's only a rich investor. But a rich investor might be willing to put a money up for something like Joshua Fury, which is massive. But how many fights can you get a rich investor to invest in? That's the problem. I just feel that with there being no crowds, or the lack of crowds, I think it's really hurting the sport, and it's hurting making the big fights. There's certain big fights, even with crowds, you know, that sometimes they can't get enough money raised to pay the fighters. they can't get the money they want, or the fighters can't get the money they're looking for, so the fight doesn't happen. That's Withergate. So I do feel that Pacquiao Crawford fight is not going to happen. I think Mikey Garcia was a more realistic option, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't. Mikey Garcia is giving off a ringtone like the fight's not going to happen. And Mikey Garcia was always confident that he would get the Manny Pacquiao fight, but now he's not confident. So that means there's nothing going on behind the scenes. And really, Manny Pacquiao said that, you know, he's in training camp and he's getting ready for a big legacy fight. But then when you think about it, Mikey Garcia doesn't look like it's going to happen, because Mikey Garcia doesn't even know. Unless Manny Pacquiao's already picked Mikey and then just making him wait. I don't know. I don't think so, personally. I don't think he's going to fight Mikey Garcia. It's not a fight that really interests me that much, if I'm honest with you. But you do question, he's not going to fight Ryan Garcia. It looks like Mikey Garcia's not happening. Mikey Garcia, to me, still is the favourite. I don't see the Crawford fight happening. I don't see the Spence fight happening. So then it does question, who is Manny Pacquiao going to fight? I don't see him. I don't see who he's going to fight. That's just the truth. I genuinely don't see who Manny Pacquiao is going to fight. Because Mikey Garcia doesn't feel it's him, even though I think he's probably the favourite, because I think the money that he would want for Spence and Crawford is just not there. I think he's not going to fight Thurman again. Danny Garcia, I can't see the fight happening with Danny Garcia. I don't know who he's going to fight. I don't. And I personally think that I don't know who's out there. I don't know who's out there for him. You know, there's many guys, but I don't know whether he's beat. I think he was really looking for a McGregor fight. I think if McGregor had beat Dustin Poirier, I think that fight would have been nailed on certainty. And I think that's hurt Manny Pacquiao. That loss that McGregor suffered hurt Manny Pacquiao. It's hurt his move. It's hurt the guy that he was going to fight. And he's just left him like reeling, because he was going to fight Conor McGregor. I think this shows you that he was going to fight Conor McGregor. I think the fact that this fight, that he's now looking for an opponent, shows you that the McGregor thing was very close. And it's kind of really messed up his plans, the Conor McGregor losing. So I'm very confident that he was going to fight McGregor. But McGregor lost, and I think he feels the interest in that fight's gone dull. Then they were talking about a Ryan Garcia fight after McGregor lost. And then Ryan Garcia's promoters probably thinking, now that's too dangerous. But then they stopped talking about it again. Ryan started talking about it again. De La Hoya started talking about it again. But I just think that's a ridiculous fight. I think it's a fight that would make no sense for Ryan Garcia especially. Because Ryan Garcia is a star. He doesn't need to piggyback of Manny Pacquiao. He's already a star, a social media sensation. By putting him in there with Manny Pacquiao getting knocked out is not a good move, I don't think, personally. I think they need to fight guys in their own weight class. So it does beg the question, who's Manny Pacquiao going to pick? Is he going to shock us with the Spence or Crawford? I don't see that. I don't think the money's there. I don't think he's going to, those fights are going to happen. Is he going to fight a Mikey Garcia, which probably is the favorite? Is he going to fight Danny Garcia? No. Is he going to fight Keith Thurman? No. Yeah. I don't really see who's out there. I did mention that I think he could fight Amir Khan in the Middle East. But again, that Amir Khan doesn't seem like he's in any kind of training. He hasn't really said anything. He's mentioned up for years now that he wanted to fight Pacquiao. So him mentioning that he wants to fight Pacquiao is no new thing. It's been going on for a very long time. But yeah, I don't know who's Manny gonna fight. I don't. And is Manny Pacquiao looking for low risk fights? Possibly. You know, he's at that age now, isn't he? He's not exactly in his prime where he should be fighting killers, should he? The fact that he's still fighting is incredible, and really should be a world champion, but obviously hasn't fought for a while, so the WBA stripped him. But everybody wants to fight him still. All of the welterweight division wants to fight Manny Pacquiao still. So I think because Manny Pacquiao was a world champion and he beat Keith Thurman, I think people still want to see Manny Pacquiao in big fights. And obviously, because it's Manny Pacquiao, once he announces, people are going to be interested in who he's fighting. I just don't think that Manny is going to be who we think it might be. I don't think it's going to be a Crawford. I don't think it's going to be a Spence. I think it's more likely to be Mikey Garcia, which is probably going to leave a lot of people not too happy. Even though I think Mikey's a credible guy, I just don't think that the public are going to... I don't think the public are going to be that interested in that fight. I don't think it's going to... It doesn't do a lot for me, personally. I don't think a Mikey Garcia fight with Manny Pacquiao does a lot. I think Manny, even at 42, beats him. I do. I've always felt Manny beats him. I think stylistically, Manny's all wrong for Garcia. And I think that will show if they fight. Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think Manny Pacquiao is looking for low-risk fights? Conor McGregor was definitely a low-risk fight and a very high reward. So I can understand why he wanted a McGregor fight. Easy money, right? So yeah, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with Mikey Garcia that Manny Pacquiao is looking for low-risk fights, or do you think Mikey Garcia is just saying that because he may not get the fight with Manny Pacquiao, or he just wants Manny Pacquiao to fight him, or things could be close? I don't know. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Maybe he's done it to make him angry, so he takes the fight with him. So Manny Pacquiao just fights him just to prove him wrong, that he's not looking to take low-risk fights. I don't know. Maybe he knows that they're close to making a deal, and he's trying to pee Manny off just to get it over the line quicker. I don't know, man. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.